Ballesteros, 5 times a major title winner. Jose Maria Olazabal, a former Masters champion, up against European #1 for the last 3 years, Colin Montgomerie, and his Scottish compatriot, Ryder Cup player, Sam Torrence. We're in Gran Canaria for the Copa Canarias. It's Spain against the United Kingdom, over 18 holes, at the oldest golf club in Spain. And this is where we are, 60 miles off the coast of Africa. Gran Canaria is the main island, the capital Las Palmas. 7 islands complete the archipelago, and, well, it's today a holiday paradise.
Beautiful place to spend some time, the lovely golden beaches, the sun shines most of the time, far from the madding crowd. A delightful place to come for a holiday. You can also play a bit of golf.
The capital, Las Palmas, founded in 1478 by the troops of the Catholic monarchs under the command of Captain Juan Rejon. Las Palmas was Christopher Columbus's last stop off en route to the New World. Even then, he knew the delights of the volcanic island in the Atlantic, which is on the same parallel as Florida. It's a continent in miniature with a year-long spring-like climate. Even in the summer, the temperature is seldom more than a delightful 80 degrees Fahrenheit. The Real Club de Golf de Las Palmas, designed by Mackenzie Ross, is 5,689 meters long, and it's a par 71 built on the edge of a volcanic basin. A tight course, Ken.
Yes, and a tricky golf course, but they've had a lot of superstar players who've played here in the past, and going back to the old days, John Ball and Harold Hilton, and we've got 4 major talents with us today. First on the tee, Scotsman Sam Torrence.
238 meters, the par 4 first hole. Sam, who's been the most active of the 4 players competing in this event over the last couple of months. Seve hasn't played for 5 months.
On the first tee for United Kingdom, Colin Montgomerie.
Colin Montgomerie's had a break as well since the Johnny Walker World Championship in Jamaica, during which time his wife Emma has presented him with another daughter.
I must say he looks very, very relaxed.
And very much slimmer.
Not dissimilar to you there, Renton. He's lost a few pounds, looking very healthy.
On the first tee for Spain, Seve Ballesteros.
Well, it's nice to see Seve back in action again, newly appointed Ryder Cup captain for the Johnny Walker sponsored match being played in 1997 at Valderrama. Seve playing with Jose Maria Olazabal against the 2 Scots. And what a Ryder Cup partnership they were, until Ollie's injury prevented him playing in the last match at Oak Hill. Well, Seve, of course, has had a sabbatical, and well, I wonder what he's been doing for the past 5 months.
Well, I've been doing things that I haven't done before because I didn't have the time. So I think those 5 months that I take off is supposed to be for the good. So only the time will tell. So we have to wait and see it.
And what about this new look? You've lost a few kilos.
A little bit, there has been no income in the last 6 months, so I have to be in the diet to keep my money a little bit. I need the money, so I have to play a little hard this year.
Now you're today playing with your great friend Jose Maria against Europe's #1 and #2, Torrence and Montgomerie. Tough match for you two?
Well, I think we're in a little bit disadvantaged because Jose Maria is still not feeling well. I'm not feeling very well. We haven't played for the last 6 months competition, and Colin and Sam, they have been playing a lot, and obviously they're top-class players, so I think we're going to have a very hard time out there today.
But in the end?
At the end, I think we will win.
As always, positive. Seve's second shot to the first.
Very nasty spot in the bunker. Can he start off with the magic he left us with at the Ryder Cup? And not a bad effort from that situation.
The other ball there, the ball off his partner, Olazabal, and this was his second. A lot of worries about the arthritis in his feet. Hasn't been able to play 18 holes for several months now. His last appearance in a tournament in Europe was the Lancôme in Paris. That was the week that he decided that he would not be fit to play in the Ryder Cup match, and Ian Woosnam was drafted in as his replacement. Well, now Colin Montgomerie. Well, he may not have played much golf, Ken, but he certainly hasn't lost his touch from the bunkers.
No, he's a wonderful bunker player. He's Colin Montgomerie and Sam Torrence. He played some superb golf last season. See what he can do out the sand. Got the shades on. And that's a gimme, I would say. So the United Kingdom side, they open up with a birdie. The Spanish have still got a little bit to do.
An Adelaide little tester for Seve Ballesteros. He's been doing a lot of work, road work on his bike. He's very keen on cycling. Strengthening the legs.
This looks like a new putter. It's the stage in the season where we're looking for a bit of early season magic, and well,
I'll leave it up to you, he said. In fact, Seve's got the flair, but in Ryder Cup terms, Ken, it was Jose Maria Olazabal who was often the strong man of the partnership.
Yes, a number of times. I can remember back in '87 in those matches. Well, he was definitely the stronger of the two, or the more consistent, but Seve's always managed to come up with the inspiration. Now this looks like another new wand. A big-headed putter. Been trying it in the carpet in the winter. Let's see how this one works. Just to halve the hole.
And an excellent birdie putt for Olazabal, who has played very little golf recently.
Well, not much. I couldn't do much because of my condition. All I could do is just hit a few balls and then spend the rest of the time just watching films and TV and listen to music.
And you got some good news in a sense that you found out exactly what the problem is and that they more than likely will be able to cure it.
Yes, that's the situation. I do have arthritis, and they reckon that it's a very long process to heal, but it should be, they reckon that they will be able to get it back to 90% at least, and that should be good enough to be able to play golf again.
Which is great. Back for the Ryder Cup in '97 with your old friend and partner. Today you have a match against Torrence and Montgomerie with Seve. Last time you played, you beat Watson and Stewart in Cantabria. What do you fancy about your chances today?
Well, it's a completely different situation. We both have very long breaks. We haven't competed for 5-6 months, and we're going to pay the price of it. It's very difficult to get the rhythm on the golf course and to be able to score after such a long period of time without competing. But all we could do is just try our best and see if we are able to make a few birdies and put a challenge.
Well, the Spaniard's always very determined. Olazabal's birdie 3 at the first, tying Sam Torrance's birdie 3. United Kingdom and Spain all square. More problems for Seve Ballesteros at the second.
375 yards, has hooked his tee shot down the left-hand side. Seve's swing definitely looking lacking a little bit of confidence, a bit of assurance. Also problems for Olazabal.
Second shot into the bunker. Oh, well, no. Straight over the green.
And down into the volcano. That's not the place to be. So a bit of a ragged start for these two fellas, and that may well be a concession.
Seve in trouble off the tee, Ollie in trouble with that third shot, and the United Kingdom win the hole without having to hole out. Torrence and Montgomerie one up after 2. Well, on to the third, and Ballesteros hoping for a better tee shot here. The first of the par 3s, 143 metres.
Ballesteros going with an 8-iron and finds the putting surface.
Better iron shot there from Seve, but he doesn't make the birdie. The hole is halved in 3, and then at the 4th, Torrence makes a birdie to to move the United Kingdom pair into a 2-hole lead against the Spaniards. Torrence, who was number 2 to Colin Montgomerie in 1995, but wants to be number 1 in 1996.
I'd love that. I'd love to just be in contention for it, whether it's with Colin or whoever it's with. Just be nice to be up there at the end of the year.
Is that one of your prime objectives and ambitions?
Definitely, yeah.
And what about the time you had off now over the winter? You have a great love of snooker, I believe.
Yeah. I didn't play one frame.
What were you doing in your time off?
3 kids.
3 kids.
3 kids, that's it. I had to come away for a break.
Yeah.
And 3 kids is tough, but it's wonderful as well.
Now, you're playing in the 4 majors this year. You've played in Augusta twice.
Twice before,
This is your 3rd time.
Yeah.
Looking forward to the majors in particular?
Very much so, especially the Masters. It's a course where I've always felt I could do well. It seems to suit me tee to green, and having only played it twice, I've not really had a go at it, but this is 3rd time, maybe 3rd time lucky.
What's making Sam Torrence play such good golf after so many years?
Just consistency, really. I'm a little bit older now. I can take care of myself in situations. I can handle situations a lot better, and I think the family's helped me a lot for motivation and just to keep me going.
Now, today you have a match, yourself and Colin versus the Spanish duo.
The unbeaten duo, yeah. I don't know, it's with Seve being Ryder Cup captain, we don't know whether to go easy today or try and beat him, but we'll be trying to beat him.
As always. Well, the 5th hole was halved in bogey 5. We join the action again at the 6th with Jose Maria Olazabal in a bit of trouble.
Just managing to clear those trees. His 2nd shot. Oh, that's a marvellous recovery. Not getting much stopping it coming out of the rough, but to set himself up with a birdie opportunity there. Now Montgomerie from the perfect position. A little bit up the hill. Montgomerie always a good short arm player. A low drilling one with plenty of spin on it.
Beautifully played. Olazabal to putt first for the birdie. Well done. A 3 for Olazabal, but Montgomerie can still halve the hole.
A doughty partnership, aren't they? Ballesteros and Olazabal. They won't be easily beaten today. Montgomerie for his 3.
Just a touch hard. So the Spaniards win back a hole. Colin Montgomerie seems to have a new putter too, Ken.
Yes, he last changed at the Lancome, and that's another new putter, so 3 players out with new weapons.
So Colin Montgomerie with a new putter and also with a new look. He certainly has taken off a lot of weight during the close season.
Yeah, I have. I've got some equipment in the garage and been working out and keep my mouth shut and losing weight, so it's helped. It's helped. I feel better because of it.
How much weight have you lost?
About 25 pounds or something, so I'm quite happy. I haven't finished yet. I'm not back to... I saw videos of myself in 1989 and I thought, oh dear, there's a problem. So I decided to try and get back to that particular weight. It's getting harder the older I get, but there's no problem.
You've no thoughts of joining the American tour at any stage, have you?
None at all. None at all. No, I would have done that as a bachelor, really, I suppose. 5, 6, 7 years ago, I'd have done that. Not now. I'm doing quite well in Europe. I'm happy here. My family's happy here, and that's the main thing. And I've no desire to go over there. I play my 7, 8 tournaments over there, and I enjoy them. But as regards playing a tour, no, Europe. I'll stay in Europe for the time being.
Now, your match today with Sam against the 2 Spanish boys, you're looking forward to that. You played with Sam before in Dunhill and the Ryder.
Yeah, we partnered each other Saturday afternoon, the Ryder Cup at Oak Hill, and although we lost, we were looking forward to playing each other and enjoyed playing with each other. And yeah, we won in a team at the Dunhill Cup, but that was individual. So it'll be a good format today, and I'm looking forward to it. Seve and Ollie hit the ball better than I thought they were, so I think it might be closer than we think.
Colin Montgomerie, happy to be back in competitive action in the Copa Canarias. Montgomerie and Torrence, 1 up after 6 on Seve and Ollie. A Gran Canaria in the Copa Canarias. The Scots, Colin Montgomerie and Sam Torrence, 1 up after 7 holes on the Spaniards, Jose Maria Olazabal and Seve Ballesteros. The 7th hole halved in par 4. We join the action at the second of the short holes on this Mackenzie Ross course, the 8th. And this time it's Colin Montgomerie who's in trouble.
Pushed his tee shot down the right-hand side and got a bit of green to work with, so not impossible. A delightful touch from Colin Montgomerie, now ranked top on the Sonny rankings of the Europeans at number 4. Has overtaken Bernard Langer.
Yes, 6th to 4th in recent weeks. Has improved every year in the Sony rankings, just as he's improved every year on the European Tour. Olazabal for a 2, Ken.
Down the hill and from right to left, and there is a close-up of his new putter. Not quite sure what it is. Looks like a fat lady, perhaps.
Well, can Olazabal use the fat lady as well as Nick Price did to win the Open at Turnberry? Not quite. Still, Montgomerie makes a 3, Olazabal makes a 3, and the hole is halved in par, leaving the United Kingdom pair 1 up, coming to the 9th.
Second shot of Ballesteros at the 9th, in range. A little bit up the hill, elevated green. It needs to be a big hit.
468 metres.
And just clambers on, just holds on. It all slopes away on the right-hand side. Torrence with the longest of the tee shots. Been using these metal woods now for a couple of seasons, particularly his 7-wood. Use it to such great effect. Just needed half a club more. Two fellows with eagle opportunities. The wind picking up a fraction. It's still a very nice day for golf.
Well, Sam Torrence used his broomstick putter to great effect last year, although he didn't manage to pip Montgomerie at the end of the season. This for an eagle. Good for pace. A cast-iron birdie coming up for Torrence. Seve Ballesteros has already putted for his eagle and missed, so he will have a birdie putt.
Not much break in it. If anything, perhaps just on the right edge. I'm sure Seve's been hitting a few putts on the carpet during the winter.
It's all paid off for him, Ken. He gets the half with Torrence. So after 9, the Scots remain 1 up on the Spaniards. The Spaniards teaming up well as they usually do. It's Seve who makes par at the 10th, which is good enough to square the match. The 11th is halved. And there's no doubt about it, these two do get on so well together. They inspire each other, don't they?
They are the golfing dynamic duo if ever there was. They played 15 times together, only beaten twice in Ryder Cup matches. Now Olazabal with this one to take a lead, this at 12.
Oh, well now, the Spaniards take the lead. They were 2 down after 5, all square after 10, and now 1 up after 12 holes. Well, they may not have played much golf over the past 5 months. Ollie may not be all that fit because of the arthritis in his feet, but they're ahead as we join Torrence on the 13th with a chance to square the match.
Big swing from right to left and just a little bit too much pace on it.
Spain still 1 up on the 14th.
Olazabal, one of the few players left on the tour using a wooden wood. Most players have gone to the metals.
Got through in that shot pretty well. No real indication there that the toes, his arthritic toes, was causing him any problem there. Just lacking match practice, if you like.
Yes, and he needs to build up his golfing fitness by hitting balls and walking around the golf course. Still a little bit of a limp, but it's nice to see him back on the golf course. It was a really sad thing that happened to him last season. Let's hope he gets back to 100% fitness. It'd be nice to see Seve back on top of his form.
Oh no, he doesn't like that one, Ken.
Drifting way down the right-hand side. He seems to have found that form that he left us with at the Ryder Cup matches against Tom Lehman. It was left, right, army golf.
Incredible performance. Anybody else would have been 7 down at the turn to Lehmann instead of all square. Torrence. So consistent, Sam, over the years.
He's had one outing thus far this season at the Johnny Walker Classic where he finished 29th.
Oh, he's in a bit of trouble there, though, behind that little palm tree. 25 years on tour, Torrence. And what an example to younger players.
Yes, he's been a delightful man. Always plays in the real spirit of the game. Now, Colin Montgomerie, our most consistent player over the last 3 seasons. Stroke average 69.70 last season. And the reason is he always keeps the ball in play.
Has he this time, I wonder?
Colin wouldn't let me down. I'm sure that's on the fairway. Well, let's have a look at Seve Ballesteros' swing. He pushed his tee shot down the right-hand side, and you can see it address a lot of weight on the left side still. Makes his takeaway a little bit steep. Not a bad top of the swing position, a little bit cramped, and of course on the way down he has to use a little bit of extra leg action, and that opens the club face. Not really a classic follow-through. Lost his balance.
So the Spaniards one up on Montgomerie and Torrence. Second shot for Seve to the 14th, and once again he's got problems with the trees. But once again he produces a great recovery. One of the most exciting things in golf over the years has been seeing Seve Ballesteros produce these recovery shots from impossible spots. Unlucky not to make the green there. Olazabal with his second.
Working the ball in from right to left, just slightly overdoing it.
Sam Torrence has already played. He is in one of the greenside bunkers. So Colin Montgomerie next to go. From the perfect position, Ken, in the middle of the fairway. He did not let you down.
Always plays most of his shots from left to right, particularly his irons, and just squared the club face up on that one. He always got a bit of extra distance. He was trying to work it into that right to left breeze.
Let's have a look again at Seve's second shot from just behind the trees. What he had to do here, Ken.
The way he's setting up at the moment with the weight on the left side, that's the ideal for the low punch shot. Just keeping the hands and the body ahead of it. Dynamic side, and those recoveries he made against Tom Lehmann at the Ryder Cup were absolutely fantastic. Time and time again he came out of the impossible spot. And if he wasn't playing such a tough man as Tommy Lehmann on the top of his game, I think he probably might have come out on top.
Yes, Lehmann did well not to buckle under the pressure of all those recovery shots. Seve. Beautifully played. Cast iron par at the end of the day, despite being offline off the tee. So the Spaniards have won 4. Olazabal will have a putt for 3. In actual fact, not a putt. He's chipping it from just off the green. And the right club to use in the circumstances.
Little 9-iron. He's a master chipper. Anybody can win at Augusta. He's got to be good at the short game, and just skimming past the left edge. Can afford to be brave, of course, with a free chip at it.
So the Spaniards can do no better than 4, and the Scots have 2 chances of 3. Montgomerie.
Go. Go on now.
Oh, that's an awkward length.
Okay.
Well, he's got that for 4, but remember Torrence is putting for 4 after having been in the bunker, so well, that's just an outside chance the Spaniards might go 2 up. It'll be Torrence to putt first for his par and for the half.
You can see how Torrence anchors the putter on his chin, the left hand.
Yes! So Sam Torrence makes his par 4. That matches Ballesteros' 4. The hole is halved, and with 4 holes to play in the Copa Canarias here in Gran Canaria, it's Olazabal and Ballesteros who are 1 up on Montgomerie and Torrence. In Greek and Roman legend, the Canaries were known as the Fortunate Islands, warmed by nature. There's something for everyone on the Canaries, which is why it has become one of Europe's favorite tourist spots. Each one of the 7 islands that complete the archipelago has its own character and personality. Whether you're up in the snow-capped mountains or down on the verdant plains or by the beach, you'll enjoy the sun and the climate and the hospitality and the friendship of the locals. Once you've visited the Canaries, you'll always want to go back. You know, they say a visit to the Canaries is like taking a trip around the world. Such is the diversity of the climate, the vegetation, the cuisine, and the architecture. There are 6 golf courses on the islands, but if you don't play, well, there's plenty of other sports you can certainly enjoy in the warm sun. So much to do, so much to enjoy. The Canaries are a group of islands delightful in their contrast, jewels in the Atlantic, benefiting from their spectacular geographical position just off the coast of Africa. Islands cooled by the trade winds, but warm by nature. Well, as we rejoin the action in the Copa Canarias, the Spaniards Olazabal and Ballesteros 1 up on the United Kingdom pair of Torrence and Montgomerie. Olazabal's on the tee at the 15th, the last of the par 3s.
210 yards, the wind coming slightly from right to left. A little bit quick there, and you saw his left foot slip a fraction, and he's hooked that way down the left, and it's had a hard bounce. So they got the advantage, but the pressure on Severiano. Customary address position where he doesn't waggle the club at all, just stands there.
Well, Sam Torrence liked it, and so too does Seve. Torrence now.
Draw, a links type shot, working the ball in from right to left.
Scottish shot.
Just backing up what you were saying, Ken. A Scottish shot. Let's see what Colin Montgomerie can do. Always the same swing.
Nice, easy rhythm. Open club face and a little bit too open with that one. Montgomerie, who struggled at the start of last season, used 6 different sets of shafts before he found this set that were 100% right. Oh, this is a ticklish one off the downslope. Hands ahead, nice easy rhythm.
Majestic.
Yes, I think Seve would have been proud of that one. That was a delightful shot. Now Ken Ballesteros hit this for a 2 at the 15th. Quite a bit of a swing from left to right. Is it going to swing enough? Not quite. So he has to be satisfied with his 3.
Well, that ensures the half, but Sam Torrence has the chance to make 2 and win the hole, square the match.
Made a nice sound, and he's done it. Torrence has done it. This man made 388 birdies on the European Tour last season. He was top birdie maker.
Just a slow motion there of the Torrence technique, if you like.
Yes, he was the real pioneer of the long putter. And Sam Torrence changes his ball after he makes a birdie, so it'll be a new ball on the 16th tee.
Used a lot of balls last year. All square then, 3 holes to play in the Copa Canarias here in Gran Canaria, the oldest golf club in Spain. Jose Maria Olazabal, Seve Ballesteros, Ian Woosnam and Sandy Lyle played a skins game here to mark the centenary of the club a couple of years ago.
Well in range this 16th. And that made a nice sound off the club face, a good solid hit. The players at the start of the season looking for rhythm, looking for timing, making sure they complete the backswing.
Well, nothing much wrong with that second shot by Olazabal, who plans his tournament debut for 1996 in Dubai next week. Seve doesn't like it. And that's why. Still Olazabal's there and lying very handy. Handy for an eagle 3.
There's a bit of work to be done on Seve's game. He's off this week to Morocco for his first jaunt on the European Tour. Now Torrence still well in range with his second at the par 5. And he sets himself up with an eagle opportunity, absolutely stick high.
Colin Montgomerie not on the green. Let's have a look at Olazabal's swing here.
Always gets a little bit stuck on the front foot and has to have a fast leg action, but a wonderful pair of hands. Terrific hand-eye coordination, been a superb striker of the golf ball. Let's hope he comes right back to the top of his form.
Yeah, specialists at the Mayo Clinic in Minnesota have been advising him on his arthritic problem, and let's hope that everything comes all right in the end. Colin Montgomerie.
A pitcher extraordinaire. He picked these wedges up, 3 Cleveland wedges that he got at the Players' Championship last year. Now let's see the master chipper. Let's see what he does from here. Such a soft touch with his hands. At the start of the season, that's the area of the game that normally takes the most sharpening up.
Yes, even when he was off form, generally, I mean, his short game remained remarkably accurate, sharp, steady.
Yes, he's got a lot of courage, as Severiano, and so's this man, Olazabal. This for an eagle. And he's run it on a little bit by.
The specialist saying to him in America that he'll never be completely cured, but that they can get him 90% fit, and he feels that if he's 90% fit, he can still continue to win tournaments and even the major. Well, Montgomerie for a half in birdie 4, remembering that both Ballesteros and Olazabal have made 4. That's the half, but the Scottish duo have the opportunity to move one up because Sam Torrence has an eagle putt. This then for 3. looked awfully good.
Terrific putt. Got a lovely roll off the putter face.
In a way, I'm surprised that more players haven't gone to the broomstick putter, having seen how well Sam Torrence uses it. The match is all square after 16 holes. Olazabal and Ballesteros against Colin Montgomerie and Sam Torrence in the Copa Canarias 1996 at Gran Canaria. Most of the fans supporting the Spaniards. Will they win? In the Copa Canarias, and the match is delicately poised, all square between Seve Ballesteros and Jose Maria Olazabal, and the Scottish pair Sam Torrence and Colin Montgomerie. 2 holes to go, a par 4 and a par 5. On the tee at the 17th, Sam Torrence.
Both very birdieable holes, the 17th and the 18th. This is a shortish par 4.
Cry of anguish from the slammer, and because he's gone into the trees. Well, here's the man who never misses a fairway.
He's teed up on the right-hand side of the blocks, which suggests he's going to try and move the ball a little bit from left to right, but this hole really requires a draw. Not Colin's natural shot.
That's perfect. That's no problem.
Well, Seve likes it.
Well, it may be the fairway to Seve Ballesteros, but it won't be the fairway to Colin Montgomerie, but he's not in too much trouble there. Olazabal.
Losing his footing a bit there. I think he's got some big problems with that foot. He's hoping for better things. It's been such a tragedy for him after such a wonderful season in 1994, where, of course, he won the Masters.
Yes, making up for the fact that he lost the Masters in 1991. Or rather, Ian Woosnam pipped him on that occasion. Oh, Seve now. His partner's in trouble, and now so too is Seve. So things not looking good for the Spaniards coming down this 17th.
One person swing who is looking pretty good is Sam Torrence, coach, of course, by his dad. Such a classical address position, always gets in a good spot at the top of the swing. That allows him to release the club through the ball. Always swings on such a good plane. Just got stuck a little bit on the back foot there, so he's got problems down the right-hand side.
Unfortunately, he stood on it. Not me. The marker here.
Yeah, that's okay.
He stood on it. Oh, it's GUR anyway. Oh, okay. Can I place it here first? I mean, he stood on my ball, right? So I can then.
You can play if you want. No,
yeah.
not place it, because this is rough. It's not close.
But someone else stood on my ball.
Oh, someone moved it.
Yeah, he stood on it. He stood on it like
¿Tú
that.
lo moviste?
No, la viste.
Okay. So you have to lose.
Is that my partner? Good. Okay, it doesn't matter. I go like that? Yeah, and then if I want to, I can drop. If not, I can play. Yeah? Perfecto, gracias. I play.
Well, it may well be that Sam Torrence doesn't bother to play, because this was the shot that Colin Montgomerie played while he was speaking to the referee. An absolutely brilliant shot by Montgomerie.
Under a bit of pressure, and he's come out with an absolute perler of a golf shot.
Torrence is going to play, but he won't get it any closer than Colin Montgomerie.
No, he's got to get it up pretty quick, and then certainly have some draw spin on it if he's going to find the green. No, didn't touch anything.
Oh, not bad bed, the putting surface, but on the wrong level. He's on the upper level, the pin is on the lower level. So the Spaniards are in a bit of trouble. Seve.
Well, after a wide tee shot, he's not in a bad spot. Decent lie. Seemed to make a good contact. Not quite hard enough. Olazabal's played up. So it's definitely advantage the United Kingdom here with Montgomerie's wonderful shot.
Olazabal had found the bunker with his second, so with Montgomerie lying so close, Olazabal really needs to hold this to get a half. Well, he very nearly did, but the best he can do is 4. After all the drama in the trees, Sam Torrence still has a putt for 3.
Just up on the back tier, that little ridge to go down. With the long putter, the longer the putt, I always thought slightly more difficult to control, but Torrence has always mastered that. And that one wandering off. It's all smiles from the Scots.
The Scots who won the Dun. Oh, no, don't do that.
His partner so close, and of course Sam, a very keen snooker player. I know he's had a break of 70, and that was a few years ago.
Just saying, the Scots winning that Dunhill Cup competition, the Alfred Dunhill Cup competition at St Andrews last year for the first time.
I wonder if they're really trying, Renton.
They are trying very, very hard. They know no other way. You mentioned their record in the Ryder Cup earlier on, only 2 defeats. They hate to lose. Seve for 3. Frustration for the Spaniard.
Yes, I can remember playing against them once in a practice 9 holes with, I was playing with Bernard Langer against these two, and we were 2 up with 2 to play, and they birdied the last 2 holes, and we were playing for $10. And you'd have thought they'd won the Open when they hold the putt.
Well, Montgomerie to put the Scots, or should I say the United Kingdom team, 1 up. Well, he was never going to miss that. Colin Montgomerie, very, very steady with the putter. And so the Scots 1 up with 1 to play. And all smiles. So the Spaniards have to win the last hole to square the match. This is the look on Seve's face when his putt for birdie just missed. You can see how seriously he takes it. 1 up, 1 to go, and it's a par 5. On the tee, Sam Torrence, and well, just in case he loses his hat when he goes for a big one here, he gives it to one of the spectators. If this was a proper tournament, Sam would have been very annoyed at that mobile phone. But it's not an Order of Merit event. It's not a European Tour event.
This 18th maybe just reachable in 2. Colin gets this low penetrating fade. Always gets a bit of run on the ball.
Olazabal's last tee shot.
Looking a bit down the left side. Is it going to stay on the fairway? Another one running into a bit of trouble. He certainly won't be able to reach the green in 2.
Problems for Olazabal as he begins his 1996 season. Now, Seve, can you hit the fairway?
Both of them look a little ring rusty. It's a long while to have off. 6 months.
Let's have a look at Seve's swing there. See if you can spot something in it, Ken, that perhaps is making him less accurate.
Well, there's the problem there, Renton. He's just not really completing his backswing, and as a result, he's got a rush on the way through, trying to gather the ball up with his hands, and whenever you do that, the chances are you're going to miss the fairway on the right. Well, Olazabal's not got that problem. He's missed the fairway on the left. And these two need a birdie somehow.
Good recovery, but not getting up the hill to the green. Pin on the back level. Torrence. Well, he gave that one everything. Will he reach the green? Can he reach the green? No, he can't. It's a long way up there, Ken.
Yeah, plays a little bit up the hill, and there's not much breeze, and what there is slightly against them. Montgomerie going with a driver off the deck. Seve has played his second up the fairway, but even with that, can't quite make the putting surface, but in a good spot.
Very good second shot there from Montgomerie. The Scots in a good position to give United Kingdom victory over Spain in this Copa Canarias. Seve's third now, having played his second out of trouble. Not up on the level on which the pin is cut, so the chances of a birdie for Seve more remote. Wanted to finish in grand style too. It annoys him when he's not playing as well as he knows he can play. Olazabal's third. Got to get it up on the upper level where the pin is cut to have the chance of a four. Not a realistic chance of a four, and that's a superb shot, but is it going to stay on the upper level? It's still rolling, but it just stops.
Well, it was a real quality strike, but wasn't to his benefit. Now Sam Torrence down a little dip just short of the green. What can he do from there? Always difficult to judge a shot when it's blind. Oh, and that was a cracker. Just skipping it up the tee, and as soon as he got to the top of it, a little bit of check. So Torrence has got a good chance of a birdie. What can Montgomerie do? Taking his glove off for a little bit of extra feel.
Well, no, that one didn't just work out the way he wanted it to work out. A rude smile there, almost an embarrassed smile.
Yes, it wasn't much like Europe's #1 golfer.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's see if he can do any better from behind the putting surface.
Liable to chip this in now. Not quite.
Of course, he had that embarrassment in the Can Open of hitting onto the 18th green in two and then putting it into the water.
Yes, he won't forget that at Royal Mougins, with the architect watching. In fact, the architect had come down to introduce himself to Colin Montgomerie and then decided against it. Seve Ballesteros for his four. Didn't judge it up the hill, up the little slope. So he can do no better than 5.
Now this is a must putt. Not much break in it. A little bit up the hill. No, it was never on line. He pulled it off the putter face. So I think that could be match over.
Sam Torrence has conceded the putt. He knocks it in anyway, very casually. And the United Kingdom pair of Montgomerie and Torrence win by 2 holes against Seve Ballesteros and Jose Maria Olazabal of Spain in the Copa Canarias. Good win for the United Kingdom pair at the end of the day. Problems with their games for both Seve and Ollie.
Well, a good match and a victory for the United Kingdom versus Spain. Birdie on 17, Monty, that's what did it?
Well, not really, no. It's the thing I did all day, really. I had to help Sam out somehow. But no, I mean, we enjoyed ourselves, and that's the main thing. That's why we're here, and help with tourism, and that's why we're here. But no, I mean, we enjoyed the game. I'm not saying the standard was great. The wind was quite difficult in places, and it's the first time we played the course, so the yardages were difficult. But as I say, we enjoyed ourselves. That's the main thing.
And Seve, what about these for Ryder Cup pairing? The second time you and Josemaria have been beaten.
Well, they play very well. They were a little bit lucky, I think. No, they play really good, and that birdie on the par 3, which one? It was 16, right? 15. That really turns the game around and makes the difference.
Josemaria, how did you feel today, your first time out since September?
Well, it was strange. I managed to play 18 holes in pain, but that's something I couldn't do a couple of months ago, so that is a positive sign. No? Hopefully I will keep on recovering and I'll be pretty soon on the tour again.
Good. Sam, good start?
Yeah, it was great. It was good fun. It's good fun. I'd just like to say that it's great to see Chima back on the golf course, and we wish him success with his cure.
Good.
And get him out there winning tournaments again, because we miss him out there.
Thank you.
Well, Ken Brown, I think everybody would agree with Sam Torrance's point of view there. It is good to see Olazabal back again in action on a golf course.
Yeah, let's hope he can find his top form, because he's a marvellous player. Had that wonderful 94, and last season it was a real setback. Of course, he couldn't play in the Ryder Cup matches, but it was played in a great spirit. Fun was had by one and all, and it's nice to see the 4 great players back in action.
Yes, everyone enjoying themselves in the sunshine of Gran Canaria. And perhaps not surprising that the European number 1 and number 2 came out on top in the Copa Canarias.